Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class, we were talking about the force and we have started with this chapter force and pressure, and we have also understood that what is the force and where we used to apply the force, and then we have understood here that what is the effect of the force. So basically a force, the effect of the force, if we talk students, so force is what the effect is. It can with the help of the force we can change the state of the motion. With the help of a force we can change the direction of a moving body. With the help of a force we can change the we can make a moving object to be stopped. And with the help of the force itself we can make an give a shape and size to an object. So this is actually the effect of the force, a student, in which we can show the different things by applying a force to an object. Now let us start to understand that a force a force can change the state of a motion. Yes, when we apply force on an object, then we can make an object to move. Now let us see what is there in it. Let us find out that what happened when a force acts on an object. So here an activity is given. Take a rubber ball and place it on a level surface such as tabletop or a concrete floor. Now gently push the ball along the level surface. Does the ball begin to move? Push the ball again while it is still moving. Is still there any change in its speed? Does it increase or decreases? So we have taken a rubber ball and we had kept it on a tabletop or a concrete floor, and then we will gently push the ball to the level surface. Now what happened here? So we have taken a rubber ball and we have placed it on a level surface, and when we push it, what will happen? The ball begins to move. Now push the ball again while it is still moving. Is there any change in its speed? Does it increases or decreases? So when we make a ball to move, what will happen? The ball, when we push it, the ball start moving. There will be no such change we will find in its speed. Uh, or is there any change that we find it? Does it increases or decreases? Now again, place your palm in front of the moving ball. Remove your palm as soon as the moving ball touches it. Does your palm apply a force on the ball? What happened to the speed of the ball now? Does it increase or decrease? What would happen if you let your palm holding the moving ball? See here. When we apply a force on a ball, then the ball start moving. When we push it, so here by applying it, the force on a ball, it makes it to move in the forward direction. So by applying a force on a ball or by keeping a palm in front of a moving ball will make the ball to stop. So here applying a force will changes the movement of the ball. You might recall similar situation. For example, while taking a penalty kick in football, the player applies a force on a ball. Before being hit, the ball was at rest, so its speed was 0. The applied force makes the ball move towards the goal. Suppose the goalkeeper dives or jumps up to save the goal. By this action, the goalkeeper tried to apply a force on the moving ball. The force applied by him can stop or deflect the ball, saving a goal being scored. So basically what happened here, that when a player apply a force on a ball, so before being hit, the ball was at a rest position. Basically at that time its velocity was 0. But as we apply a force on the ball towards the goal, what happened? First of all, the goalkeeper, he tried if you will look at that, when the a player kicked the ball, the goalkeeper tried to jump in order to save the goal. Okay, and by his action he tried to apply a force on the moving ball. So the force applied by him can stop or it can changes the direction of the moving ball. and that will help in saving the goal. What does the mean of all these statements, students? So in the first one, you will see that when the ball was at a rest position, the player has applied a force on the ball, making the ball to move in a particular direction. And similarly, a goalkeeper is there, so goalkeeper try to save, it means it tries to stop that of a moving ball which is coming towards the goal. So here also he applied a force in order to reduce the speed of the moving ball. Okay, so in both of the cases we will find out that the force is applied, force is actually applied there either by pushing it or by stopping that. Okay, so these observations, it suggests that the force applied on an object may change its speed, and if the force applied on an object is in the direction of the motion, obviously the speed of the object increasing. Suppose a ball is moving in a certain direction, and when you apply a force on it, the ball start moving fastly in the same direction. So here, by applying force on the object, in the direction of the motion, that will going to increase the speed of the object. And similarly, if we talk about that the force is applied in the opposite direction, that will make the object to remain rest, or it decreases the speed of a moving object. Okay, so applying force in the similar direction increases the speed, and applying a force in the opposite direction will reduces the speed of a moving object. Now see here, this is a child which is playing with a rubber tire. Even with the ring also we have seen that they used to push it with the help of a stick. Now what will be the here the speed of that of the tire? Now you can see here the tire is moving, and he is continuously pushing it with the help of a stick. So ultimately what will happen, the tire will move fast, so that will help in increasing the speed. Why speed has increases? Because the movement, the direction of the motion, and the force applied both are in the same direction. That's why the speed of the moving tire also increases. Okay. Paheli. She is curious to know whether application of a force can only change the speed of the object. Let us find out. Take a ball and place it on a level surface. Make the ball move by giving it push. Now place the ruler from a geometry box in its path as shown. In doing so, you would apply a force on the moving ball. Does the ball continue to move in the same direction after it strikes the ruler? Repeat the activity and try to obstruct the moving ball by placing the ruler such that it make different angle to its path. In case, note your observation about the direction of motion of the ball after it strikes the ruler. Now see here, what happened? First of all, we have taken a ball and we had kept it on a surface. Now we make the ball to move by giving a small push to it. Now we will place a ruler in its path. And what will happen afterward? The direction of the ball is continuously moving until and unless it strikes to that of the ruler. And when it strikes the ruler, it make an angle and start moving in a different direction. So you can see here that at first it was moving in a certain direction, and as it hit the ruler, it will start moving in the another direction. So what happened here? Try to understand that. So if there were no ruler was there was kept at the path of the moving ball, it will remain move in the similar direction, in the same direction. As ruler has been kept in between, then what happened? It starts moving in the opposite direction, starts moving in the another direction. Okay. So what happened here? The ruler actually provide a force, and by applying a force, the movement of the ball, the ball which was moving earlier in that direction, it get deflected in the other direction. Okay, so the movement of the ball also get deflected because of that. So by applying a force, the direction also can be changes. Let us consider some more example. In a game of volleyball, players they often push the moving ball to their teammates to make a winning move. And sometimes the ball return to other side of the court by pushing or smashing it. Even in the cricket also, a batsman play his or her shot by applying a force on a ball with the bat. Is there any change in the direction of the motion of the ball in these cases? In all these examples, the speed and the direction of the moving ball change due to the application of a force. Now see here, what happened when a player is playing with the volleyball. So when he applies the force on that of the ball in a certain direction, the opposite teammates were there, and they used to apply the force on the coming ball towards that means they are like an obstruction. So they used to apply a force on the path of that of the ball and making it to move into the other direction. So ultimately what happened similarly if you look into that of cricket also. In cricket also, the batsman used to hit the ball with his bat in another direction. So before that, the bowler has thrown the ball to that of the batsman, and with the help of the bat he used to apply a force on the bat, making the ball to move into the another direction. So what we can see here, that by applying a force we can change the direction of a moving body. Okay. There are a lot of examples are there, students. Like if you take an example of a carom board. So in a carom board, a striker is there. The striker is used to okay, so by applying a force here, what we can see, striker, if we take an example of a striker, students, so when we strike that of with the help of a striker on the carom board, we will see that the striker help in changing the direction. It changes the direction as it hit to the wall of the carom board. So basically, by applying a force, we can simply change the direction of a moving object or a moving body. Now, a change in either, as you can see here, that a change in either the speed of an object or its direction of motion or both is described as change in its state of motion. Thus, a force may change in the state of motion of an object. Okay. So, first one we have seen the change in a state of a motion here. So, in which we have seen that we can make an object to move, and here we are seeing that changing either in the speed of the object or in the direction of the motion of an object or in both of them. It means including the direction of the motion as well as the speed of an object. In both of the cases, we are actually changing the state of motion. So, a force may bring a change in the state of motion of an object. Now, let us see here what is the state of motion here. So, state of motion of an object is described by its speed and the direction of motion. The state of rest is considered to be the state of zero speed. An object may be at rest or in motion. Both are its state of motion. State of motion is what? It is described by the speed or as well as by the direction of the moving body. Object is moving with a certain speed or it is moving in a certain direction, that is the state of motion. And state of rest is what? It is considered to be zero because at that time the object is not moving at all, or obviously it will not going to change any direction. So object is said to be at rest or in a motion or both. These all are what as is actually the state of a motion. Does it mean that the application of force would always result in the change in the state of motion of an object? Let us find out that whenever we apply a force, does it going to any change in the motion of an object? It is a common experience that many a time application of a force does not result in a change of a state of motion. For example, if we have taken a heavy box, Heavy box may not move at all even if you apply the maximum force that you can exert. Again, no effect of force is observed when you try to push a wall. Now see here. Yes, it really depends upon the mass. Suppose we are pushing a heavy box. So when we apply a force on a heavy box, the heavy box, it does not move. It remain at a rest position, even though we are applying a maximum force on it. So no effect of a force will be observed there, even though when we apply a force to it, when we try to push it, when we try to push the wall. Okay, so when we are applying a force, maximum force, if we are applying, there will be no such movement occur. What does that mean? It means that the object, the force which was exerted by that of the ball is by that of the box is higher than the force which we are applying. Suppose students, if you are applying a force on that of the wall will not move. What does that mean? It means you are not applying force? No. Even though you are applying force, but this force is not sufficient in order to make the wall to move. Okay? So, we can say here that the force, maybe we have applied a force, but it always does not result into the movement. Okay? Now, see. Force can change the shape of an object. Some situations have been given in column 1 of table 11.2 on page 134, in which objects are not free to move. Column 2 of a table suggests that manner in which the force can be applied on each object, while column 3 show a diagram of an action. Now see here. What happened? Try to observe the effect of the force in many situations as possible. You can add a similar situation using available material from your environment. Note your observation in column 4 and 5 of the table. So, a table 11.2 is given, students. Yes, in case of a 11.2, this is the 11.2 table. 11.1 is there. And here we have seen the different situations. Moving a book placed on a table, opening or shutting a door, drawing a bucket of water from well, a football player taking a penalty kick, a cricket ball hit by a ball, moving a loaded card, opening a drawer. These all are some of the activities, and you will find the changes either you apply a force on it. Now let us go back to that situation and try to understand it. So here it is suggested that what will happen, what kind of a changes that we will found if we apply a force on it. So what do you conclude from the observation? What happened when you apply a force on an inflated balloon by pressing it between your palms? What happened to the shape of a ball of a dough when it is rolled to make a chapati? What happens when you press a rubber ball placed on a table? In all these examples, you saw that the application of force on an object may change its speed, change its shape. Basically, what happened? See, force is not only there in order to change the direction or in order to change the speed of the object, but it also results into the change in the shape and the shape of an object, even the size of the object also. Like, suppose you have taken an inflated balloon, and when you try to press it, what will happen? The shape of the balloon start changing. Not only this, a very good example, student, very easy example, you can take a dough, and when you try to roll it to make a chapati, yes, we used to give a shape to that of the dough, and due to which chapati is made. Now, a rubber ball which is placed on a table, that is also when you try to squeeze that will also going to change the shape. So by all these applications, we have seen here one thing. We have understood here one thing, that whenever we apply a force on an object, we may be able to change the shape of an object. Okay. Obviously it also matter that what kind of a material of this object is made up of, but yes, by applying a good amount of force we can change the shape of an object. So this is the next effect of the force, that force by can also change the shape of an object.